28th. Today is my day 11 since I've successfully been consistent with this weight loss journey. I'm very excited actually because I'm being consistent. Yeah, I know it's only 11 days, but for me that's good. That's good, you know. Never in my life have I ever actually been consistent with something. I'm always jumping from one thing to another, never following through. So I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for being consistent. I'm proud of myself for actually taking this step to losing weight. And this morning I actually weighed myself, and I was telling you guys in the last video that when I first weighed myself back on January 17th, that I weighed 371 pounds. And since then, just been consistent with eating very low carbs, nothing over 4% carbs. And I know it's water weight that I lost, but still, I'm down to, this morning the scale read 367. So what's that, 4 pounds? Not bad, not bad. But I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself because I really believe that I'm gonna stick to this, and this is another video I'm recording. So I'm gonna keep doing this, keep being consistent with this, and I'm very excited. I also have my family, my fiance, and my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad. They're really proud of me, and they're supporting me, behind the scenes. They're rooting for me. They're excited for me, and it helps with my morale to keep going, to stay motivated. So yeah, also my vitamins, still day 11, I'm taking the vitamins. I think I do feel a little bit different, but I don't know if it's just the emotions or whatever. But I do feel a little bit more I don't know, happy, I guess. I don't know, I'm over here cheesing. But I do feel a little bit happier with myself because I'm excited of what's to come. I'm really excited to see where I'll be, in 5, 6, 7 months from now, how much weight I've lost, how much better I'm gonna feel, whether or not I stayed consistent. So I'm really excited for that. And right now I'm actually driving. I'm on my way to work. I drive a lot for work, and this is really the only time I can, make these videos. But I'm gonna try to make other kinds of vlogs or whatnot later on. Just right now, with work being so crazy, I have a quota to meet, so I can only record while I'm driving. And other than that, I'm good. I've been playing a lot with my kids. Trying to be a better father, spending more time with them, loving onto them more, as my parents did with me. I'm very blessed that I have parents who I mean, we weren't rich or nothing. We were actually very, very poor, but at least we had love. And that's one thing I can say about my parents, my family, is that we're actually very united. And there's not really any drama or nothing like that. And there's just a lot of love, a lot of respect, caring for one another, uplifting one another, being there for one another. And I'm really blessed to have that. So I have to do my part. I wanna be able to be there for my family more, be a better brother, a better nephew, a better grandson, a better son, a better partner, and with my weight loss journey, these are all things that I'm focusing on as well. Because I have been distant from my family. Even though they love me, they always encourage me, they're always trying to console me, give me advice, but I've always been kind of distant, just because I always believe that, I don't want to trouble them with my problems. I don't want to weigh them down. Sometimes there have been points where I even felt I'm a little bit better than you or whatever, which was wrong, because I am horrible. I suck. I literally have nothing, and I've relied solely on the grace of God, and the love of my family. So I'm no more. I got to make this change, and I'm excited to do it. And I'm excited to bring you guys along with me so you guys can see how I'm changing myself, not just through weight loss, but I'm trying to get better in my relationship with God. I want to start attending church more, getting involved with like the young adults at my church, Bible studies and stuff like that. I want to be more involved, because my sister, who I look up to and I love so freaking much, she's a young adults leader, and I see how loved she is and the passion and fire she has for God, and I'm like, man, I want that. I want that fire that she has. I want that passion that she has. So I'm very excited to be able to get to that level one day. Even like her, she's gone on a mission trip to Africa, and like I'm so proud of her. I wish I could do that, but in my current condition, I wouldn't last 2 seconds on a mission trip in Africa. I've seen my sister also go to like caves and ruins in Mexico and travel and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, like my sister is amazing. So I really want to get there to that level, and also be someone who she can look up to. Like, hey, that's my brother. Like, I'm really proud of him. I want my family to be able to say that they're proud of me. As I mentioned in the other video, I also want my kids to be able to look up to me, and I can be a very good example to my son is what a man is supposed to look like and be like, and not just a man, but also a man of God. So I'm really striving to hit those marks, but I struggle with some stuff. I'm human. We all struggle with different things, but one thing I've learned is we can't let our struggles define us, and we can't stay in our comfort zone because there's no room for growth in our comfort zone. And another one that I like is that we cannot let the fear of failure be greater than the rewards of success. So I really hold on to those quotes, and like hold them true to me, because that's what I want to achieve. I want to be greater. I want to accomplish great things. So I know I'm gonna get there. I know I'm gonna get there slowly but surely. It's just I gotta get over these insecurities that I have. Like I see myself and I'm like, wow, fat, ugly. That guy shows that he doesn't care about himself. He let himself go, and it's just embarrassing sometimes. I'm embarrassed of myself. I'm not comfortable in my own skin a lot of the times. So that's why I don't go to church. I don't go to church because I hate what I look like, and I just feel disgusting. I don't really hang out with my family because I know that they see me, and it's disappointing that they're like, man, he let himself go. Because back when I was like 18, 19 years old, I'm 26 now, by the way, but back when I was 18, 19, I was a good looking guy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was way skinnier than this. I was hitting the gym. I remember I was going for like mile runs, and I was taking care of myself. I was a good looking little guy. But I let myself go. Things in life hit me. Depression, anxiety. I went through some really traumatic experiences in my life that really impacted like my character, really influenced my depression, and it made me get to the point where I am now. I gained a lot of weight. Financially horrible, terrible credit score, no money in the bank. I had a really, really bad gambling addiction. And it sucks. Like, I know I let my family down with my gambling addiction as well, because I had my big break. I had won $80,000 one time, and it lasted about a day or two because I got addicted to gambling, and I was like, man, if I won 80K with just starting off with $10, like I can only imagine what's gonna happen if I start doing $400 or $500 bets, and then that turned into $1,000 bets, and then that turned into $2,000 bets, and next thing you know, I'm flat broke, in debt, credit cards maxed out. It became a really big addiction, a stronghold in my life that gambling has had over me, uh, and it honestly, I let it ruin me, and like even to this day, um, like I've been clean for a couple of months now, but not too long ago, those were like 2 3 months ago, I was gambling, still gambling, and the thing is, I do win. Like I'll win a grand, 2 3 grand, but then I just throw it right back in there. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. Like it got to the point where I would have dreams of slot machines. I would have dreams of winning big. On my way to work, I drive a lot. I would like play out different scenarios. If I won this much money, what it looked like, and like it was really bad. So I had to kind of like separate myself from that, and stop it completely because it was ruining my life. Like struggling to buy diapers, buy formula, struggling to buy food for my family, nowhere to live, struggling to pay rent, and that gambling really, really messed me up. So part of this journey is me trying to better myself financially, and one of the steps that I've also been taking is not taking any like big risks or gambles. Gambling for sure, not at all. No casino, no nothing. And just sticking to working for now. Um, you know, holding myself accountable with, vlogging, being more consistent with work. So my job, I have a lot of freedom with my job. Like, like if I want to, I can go work at 2 in the morning and work for like 2 3 hours, and then if I want, I can take 2 3 days off. No big deal. If I want, I can go wake up at 1 in the afternoon and go to work at 5. Like it really doesn't matter as long as I hit my mark at the end of the month. And sometimes I'll hit my mark 2 weeks into the month, and then I'm like, bet what I do for these next 2 weeks. Sometimes I'm like, all right, guess I'm taking a 2 week vacation. And I was doing that a lot when I could have been like, hey manager, I finished my quota. You got more work for me in another state? And then she's like, yeah, that's what I could have done, because there is work in other states that I can go and do, and they'll fly me out there and give me a rental, or sometimes I just drive to get more money. But there's more money to be made if I just stay consistent with working and not taking advantage of my job. So part of this journey is also me being a better employee, becoming more of an asset to my to the company that I work for, because they have been good to me. Like I remember I was living in the suburbs of Chicago, and something crazy happened where I had to move back like that. It was at nighttime. I remember I had to move back home instantly. Let's go. Pack the bags. Let's go. And the car I had at the time, I was having problems with it, mechanical problems with it. And I remember that night when I had to leave Chicago to my hometown, it's about a 3.5 hour drive, 3 to 4 hour drive. And I remember that an hour into the drive, I just knew something was wrong. Like I just felt something happen where I'm like, oh my goodness, my something bad is gonna happen where I can't even drive. And I was like, no way this can happen. I started praying to God. I'm like, God, please let me get closer to home. Please let me get closer to home. So I'm driving, and I feel like the car is off, with something with my tire, and I'm like, please God, please God, please God, the whole time. 2 hours later, I'm 10 minutes away from my house, in my hometown, and boom, the freaking car, I think the front axle of my vehicle completely broke off, and at that time I didn't have any money at all because of the gambling as well. So I had no money, and my car just broke down. It was like almost midnight. I'm on the highway with my kid, and the car's totaled. But I was 10 minutes away from home, and I remember I was like, "Thank you, God! At least I got this close. Now I could just call a family member. They'll come pick me up." Sure enough, they come pick me up, and I'm like, "Well, now I'm out of a car. I don't have a vehicle. How am I gonna get around? How am I gonna do it? How am I gonna go to work?" Because my family, they all have their own lives. They're all doing their own thing. So I didn't want to interfere with their day to day, because of me. Hold on, guys. Um, so so I remember, my manager from the job I'm at right now. Um, I had her number. I wasn't working for them, but I had her number because I used to work for them before, like a year before that accident happened. But I had my manager's number saved, and I remember that night at midnight I call, and she answers, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm back in town. I need a job, but I don't have a car." She said, "Don't worry, we got you." She's like, "You can start next week." I was like, "No way." So next week, she got me hooked up with a job and a car, a company vehicle. But hey, that's something. That's a blessing. Uh, that's why I love this job. They've always been good to me. And through them, I've been able to travel a lot. I've been to Colorado, with them. I've been to New Jersey a couple times for them. I've been Miami for them. Uh, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, uh, New York. So this job has really been a huge blessing. So I want to be a better employee. I want to be a better father, as I was saying, to my kids, a better brother. I have two sisters and two brothers, and I love them a lot. And so one of my brothers and one of my sisters, they're my half siblings. My father got remarried, had two kids, and I'm not really like there's no black bad blood at all. It's just we're just not involved with each other as much for some reason. Um, they are way younger. My brother is 13. My sister is 12. Uh, so like I don't, the age gap. Uh, but I want to make an effort as being a better brother to spend more time with them, especially when I get my own car. Because in this vehicle, I can only sit a passenger, and it's a company vehicle, so I don't really want to do that. But I want to set time aside to spend more time with my half siblings, because I do love them. So I would like to spend more time with them, and also be someone who they can look up to. And then my sister, she's older than me. I told you guys she's the one that did the mission trip in Africa, the youth, young adults leader. I love her so much. Me and her are really close. Uh, and I just want to be a better brother to her in the sense of like someone who she can, um, talk to, because she has problems too. She has issues too. She has anxieties and stresses too, and I want to be someone who she can come to and confide in. And then my other brother, he's younger than me. He's 21. Um, I want to be a better brother to him as well. By, I guess, by like, I don't know. That's a tricky one, because like I don't really know how I can be a better brother to him. I know how. I can be a better brother to him by showing him that I'm not a waste of time, that I am consistent, and that I can be someone who he admires. Because like right now, he's in a state of his life where he works out a lot. He's trying to do calisthenics. He's a good looking dude, hitting the gym, healthy, and he wants that for me. So I guess over the years he's gotten sick and tired of giving me counsel, me asking him for money, me being a burden to his life. So I want to change that. I want to be an asset to my family, not a burden. Someone who they can confide in. So that's why I want to be a better brother. I want to be a better son, to my mom. I love my mom and I love my dad. To me, like the relationship I have with my parents is not a normal one because they're like my best friends. Like my mom, we'll hang out, we'll go out to eat. She tells me about her boyfriends. She tells me about her drama, her issues. Like she tells me everything. Like we're cool, we're chill. We're always talking like business together. I'm always trying to help her because like me, I like to be entrepreneurial. Like I like the entrepreneurial life. Like I want to have my own business and stuff like that. I love business. I would love to own my own business one day. That's another thing I'm striving for. But with my mom, that's one thing we relate in a lot. So like we're really cool. And then my dad, that's my homie. Uh, I actually worked for my dad for a long time doing construction for his company, and it's awesome. Like being able to just mess around, play around, like he's one of the buddies at work, But that's my dad. But still, we're cool. We're so tight. I love my dad, and I just want to be a better son to them because I'm tired of being a financial burden to them. I'm tired of them having to worry about me all the time. Like I know they're like, man, does he have money for his kids? Does he have diapers for his kids? Are they eating good? Like I don't want them to feel that anymore. I want them to know that, hey, that's a good man right there. He has it under control because they raised me better. They really did. So that's how I want to be a better son, a better nephew. The same thing with my uncles and aunts. Uh, and then I want to be a better grandson. That one's a little bit tricky, just because uh, my grandma and grandpa recently passed away, like 2 weeks apart from one another, and I'm glad that I was at least there. I was living with them in their final days, so I'm really honored that I got to be there, helping, being there with them, loving them. My grandma, oh my goodness, my grandma. Me and my grandma, I would make her laugh so much. Sometimes I make her laugh and she'd like almost fall. We'd have to catch her. And she was so amazing. She was a very amazing soul. My grandma was, wow, so loving, so nurturing, so tender. Like I really miss my grandma, but I really love that I was able to be there with her in her final days. Uh, and my grandpa, I love him. I was there with him. He had really bad dementia his final days. But I'm glad that I was able to be there with him. And then my grandparents from my father's side, they live in Mexico, so I don't really really even see them or talk to them or nothing. So it's kind of hard. But I would like to visit them. Well, my grandpa, my dad's side also has extreme, he's really bad dementia. Like he doesn't even know his wife, his kid. He doesn't know nobody. It's really sad. But I would still like to visit them. My grandma, she's still sane. She's a fighter. She's amazing. And I would like to take my family over there one day so that so that they can meet my kids and they can meet my fiance. Hopefully, will be my wife soon. Um, so yeah, and then I want to be a better partner to my fiance because I do need to set time aside for her, spend time with her, make her feel loved. It's just I have a lot of undealt with, I guess, issues and traumas and emotions from things that I went through, and it's been hard for me to. I don't know. I feel like it's been hard for me to feel, if that makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I know I love, but sometimes I feel like I don't know how to express it. Because I'm so I guess I'm stuck in that fight or flight mode where I'm just trying to survive and I'm just trying to do what I gotta do, and I'm so lost in my own head that I I neglected that responsibility to my fiance. So I want to do better by setting aside date nights, making her feel loved, appreciated. So I really want to do those things, uh, because I I used to think that because I don't yell at her, because I don't beat her, because I don't ask her to do anything or demand her to do anything or neglect her in any way. I used to think that that was enough. That because all I have to do is provide for her and that's it. And no, there's way more to a relationship than just providing. Like you need to be able to be there for them emotionally, physically, mentally. So I want to start, trying to be there more for her. So I know I went on a big rant, but this is all part of my journey that I want to share with you guys. Juan Million. I'm at Juan, my name Juan, and I'm trying to get to 1 million. Um, with my finances, with my relationships, with my friendships, with everything. So stay tuned, guys. I'm really excited. I'm excited to keep being consistent with this journey. I also want to start reading books. I need to stop watching. I've been getting lost with TV shows, Netflix and Prime Video and Apple TV. I've been getting lost in the sauce. But that's all a waste of time. So I need to start reading books and start trying to better myself, financially, mentally, physically, every aspect that I can improve of. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.